Historically, my most profitable day of the week is Wednesday. That's why it's spelled with an I. Wednesday. Let's go ahead and dive in and talk about what happened today and what I'm looking at tomorrow.
All right, Squadron, what is going on? It is Wednesday, and this is an interesting day out there for sure. So again, bigger picture, here's kind of what I'm thinking on the markets. This is a very, very nice retest level. Again, as I mentioned, obviously entirely wrong about any type of massive crash come the election. Although, theoretically, we could still go lower. It just doesn't seem to at this point. I mean, really, some strength coming out there in the market. We're bouncing where we're supposed to be bouncing at the time we're supposed to bounce. Weekly chart looks nice. Looks like a double bottom, although it's really not at the best location for a double bottom. The pattern is still there, and the trend is still strong. Right, the weekly trend, the monthly trend, still powerful. And now you have a rest after battle on a monthly chart, which is really, really quite nice. And again, the big deal was the close above all this volume, and really just taking out this resistance. I did want a larger pullback, and we didn't get it, but no big deal. I'm still bullish on a lot of positions. I'm still making money. In fact, today was a very profitable day for me and a lot of other real life traders. So there you go. There's some really cool P&Ls from your boy personally. So those are some of my accounts that I'm trading today. And I'm definitely making money as the market goes higher. I would like the market to pull back, but I think that this is it. I mean, in general, I think we're just going to slowly kind of meander higher. Something like this, and then just grind up, especially if a stimulus comes out before the holiday season. It would just make sense to me that would really propel the markets higher. So let's talk about some stocks. Pinterest, absolutely gorgeous hammer. Really, really nice. Buy the dip on that. We're going to be setting that up officially in the afternoon room. I love that hammer. Virgin Galactic, perfect hammer yesterday. Absolutely phenomenal play. That one looks really nice. Datadog, gap down on earnings, trade down into a really good support level, and then started bouncing. So Datadog, also brilliant hammer, brilliant support. My buddy Edward has a put sale down here at 60 for Datadog. Roku, ROKU, this one has a nice little bounce. Sam sold a put on Roku and is already profitable on that. So Sam, congratulations, well done. Just some goodness right now. Overall goodness happening, so it looks good. Had a request for a few stocks as well. So here's Overstock, OSTK, and Overstock, just hanging out. So Overstock's most likely going to trade sideways in between the 100 and 200 simple for a while. The reason I think it's going to trade sideways for a bit is mostly just because it was repeating the exact same pattern that it had multiple times in the past, where it had a really, really, really strong run up. Same thing in 2005, 2007, 2010, 2013, 2018, and now. So a massive gargantuan run up followed by a big drop, followed by a little bit of a flag pattern and then another breakdown. So it was just kind of like the pattern. That was the theme on Overstock, if you will. And that does seem what's occurring right now. I'm not saying we can't go higher. I'm just simply saying where we're at, it's more likely that we're going to trade sideways for a while in between these long-term moving averages. IBM, trading sideways, the 100, 200 simple moving average on the daily is going to act as a resistance. The weekly is going to act as a resistance, and the monthly we're smack dab in the middle. Long term, if you're playing it, buy it as low as you can, sell it as high as you can, but IBM is going to be really, really boring. One stock that I'm pretty excited about is Wix, ticker symbol WIX, and keeping a very close eye on this one for earnings. This one did pull back as perfectly into a support zone that a few traders were looking at not too long ago. This nice little pocket of liquidity right here. Pulled into that spot on Wix and then had an absolutely sensational bounce today. Going to keep an eye on Wix to find out what it does on earnings. If it gaps up, fade it down and then buy it. If it gaps down strongly, probably look to eventually go higher on Wix, at least in my opinion. Activision, ATVI. I do have some Activision positions. I am buying some calls down here, longer term calls, January 2022 $100 calls. They're just really not expensive in my opinion. Coming into the holiday season, video games, people are going to be buying them. Earnings are in February. I mean, you're going to have two earnings, February and then May, June time frame to eventually get up into 100. I think on Activision, those options are only about $4 and some change. They're just really not priced that expensive, I don't think. And the overall trend looks good. So if we can get a slow grind out of here, I think Activision can go higher, especially if it can close above that high wave candle here on the daily chart, look at this thing. I mean, that high wave candle is a beauty. So nice. Chewy pulled down to the 100, buy off the blue line. What a shocking thing. Would have never expected that to happen. So Chewy, really good trend, nice company, pulled down to the 100 and bounced very nicely. And here's Upwork, UPWK, one of my bigger positions right now. And Upwork looks really nice. Again, good gap, good retest, good volume, good hammers, good strength. A lot of people are using Upwork. They had really good earnings. And this is the weekly chart. I think this is a breakout on Upwork. I do have a lot of shares and long-term calls, and I'm expecting this one to get up into the mid-30s by February of this year. And if it does that, things will be looking good. So overall, I am long on Upwork. I do have shares, I do have call options, and I'm quite bullish on this one, so expecting this one to continue a little bit higher. I'm definitely a fan. And again, speaking of continuing higher, I know the stock is taking forever. I get it. But Teladoc pulled down to the weekly 50, which is a strong support, and pull down to the 100 simple on the pull down to the 200 simple moving average, and you got a one white soldier today. What I like about Teladoc is it is at a buy zone, it is at a support, and COVID cases are going to continue to slowly increase over time. I think some shutdowns are potentially imminent. They're already happening in some parts of the country and also other countries. So if a shutdown does occur, I think in general, regardless of when or if or how long, whatever shutdown occurs, telemedicine, telehealth, and Teladoc will still be an important factor in keeping people safe and keeping people conveniently placed at their house so they don't have to go into doctors to get prescriptions. They can get their prescriptions ordered, shipped to their house, and everything is good. It's easier, it's simple, and again, I think long term, especially as we approach flu season and potential rebirth of COVID into that February, March timeframe, I think Teladoc long term is a good buying location. I do have a lot of shares, all kinds of positions. I'm in bullish, and again, I'm gonna give this one 4 or 5 months minimum, but it could be 2-3 years before it goes higher. But I think if you have a long enough time horizon on Teladoc, you're gonna be just fine. And last but not least is Tesla. Tesla is just hanging out. Really exceptional hammer, and then an inside candle today. Watch Tesla closely tomorrow for a very quick little day trade. I like the hammer, and everyone and their mom is seeing a really, really nice triangle pattern of sorts on Tesla. So the question is, will it eventually break out higher? And I want to trust it. I don't know if it will just perfectly break out and run. It probably won't. There is almost certainly going to be some type of head fake on the breakout of Tesla. But in general, I'm certainly not bearish on it. Bull put spreads, put sales. If you're in shares, maybe some covered calls, or you're just waiting it out, being patient, buying low, selling high. And Tesla was in favor. It had a huge run up. Now it's consolidating. It's going to bore people out of their mind, bore them to tears, and then start moving. So when that happens, maybe we'll make some money. But between now and then, be bored, let Tesla trade sideways, but stay bullish. All right, folks, that's pretty much it for your Wednesday Real Life Stock Review. Thanks so much for watching. You rock, and I will see you on the flip side. Bam, that was your Wednesday Real Life Stock Review. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and I really appreciate you helping us with our mission, which is to enrich lives.